range control and your volume and your Dolby Digital and Dolby Pro Logic buttons here, which is all fine and dandy. You know, it's still kind of weird. You don't know like which one you're really controlling. There's a switch on the side. It's like, okay, it's switched over to, you know, dynamic range. Okay, well, and then you're screwing around with that. You're like, all right, well, is it doing anything? It doesn't sound like it's doing anything. You know, and your time delay. I'm still messing around with this, you know, and you never really know where you are. You don't, I mean, I think it goes from like 0 to 10 like the rest of the volume on this thing goes, but you know, you don't know if you're halfway up or what. So I was messing with the time delay. I'm like, you know what, I don't want any time delay. Why do I need it? So I turned it, you know, you can adjust like the center. I don't know if you guys, you probably can't see that, but you can adjust like the center and the surround independently. So you can time delay it. So what I did is I turned it all the way down, both of these all the way down, and once I did that, I don't know why, but the sound just went, it cut in half. There was, you know, it was weird. I don't know why it did that, but I turned it up just 1 to +1 one time, and then the sound was like, it was back to how it should be. So I guess you have to add a little bit. Maybe 0 is off, but I mean, I'm just turning off the time delay. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out. So I just turn them up a little bit, both of them, and then you get your volume back. It doesn't increase volume, it just delays it. And unless you have something that's feeding this thing, like, you know, a constant surround sound signal, you know, at the same time, it's kind of hard to really to calibrate it. I mean, I don't really know how anybody's doing it. I mean, I guess you kind of just screw around with it a little bit and just get it sounding okay, and you just leave it alone. So I mean, that's a little tricky to get that the way you want it, and it's just because you just the setup. I mean, they're just putting a few buttons on here, and there's every button does like a couple different things. So I don't know. I mean, it's nice, I guess, but you know, to do this thing doesn't do like stereo mode. Like if you're just listening to music, like the 720 box, that thing you can just press one button. You're just listening to stereo. It's great. I like listening to music in stereo. It's much better. With this, to do, I guess what you could do is you can go to your inline box here, and you can turn down, say, the rears in the center and only have the fronts playing. And I guess that's the same thing. I don't know, because this is still processing the sound and still making you know, a 5.1 output to the headset. So I'm not sure if, you know, you're losing some of the sound when you're doing that. I mean, it still sounds good. I did that a few times, and it does sound, it's good. But I just think the 720 does stereo better than this set. So I wish, I mean, that's probably something that they will improve on. But we'll see. And as you guys can see, this box is, it weighs about the same as the 720 box, and it's a third of the size. So, you know, I mean, that's good, I guess. But what isn't good about it is the fact that it has cords coming out of just about every end of it. So, I mean, really? So, I mean, what do you, it's just like, you know, you have your headset connected to the front of it, which is how it should be, and then you have your power branched off. And okay, I guess there's no other way of doing that, so that's fine. Well, why not put the, you know, the power, get a little bit of some area right here, put that there. Why put it on the side? So now, you know, it just looks, to me, it just looks tacky. You know, it's on your entertainment center, wherever it's at, and you have just wires coming off of like every side of it. I don't know. I mean, I don't like that. I like the 720 box better. It's a little bit bigger, but it just looks like something. You know, this thing, you know, you're looking at it and you're like, it just looks like a weird like converter box with a bunch of just random wires coming off of it. It looks, you know, kind of cheesy. The other box, the 720 box, I wish I still had it, but it just looks sleek. It had all the lights on the front of it. It actually looks good on your entertainment center, and it looks like, you know, it was made for a 360. You know, this obviously you can hook it up to your PC and that, so maybe it needs to have just weird wires, and it's okay to kind of just set this on a table and have wires coming out of every side of it. But for me, I don't like that, and I can guarantee when they release something new that they won't do that again. But yeah, that's that. It doesn't have a pass-through like the Turtle Beach sets do for your optical. So if you only have one optical and you want to hook your headset up and say hook your surround sound receiver up, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to unplug it from the box here and then plug it into your receiver, unless, you know, you're using your HDMI or something like that. That's what I'm using. I've got the Sony soundbar with the sub that I use, and I think it sounds pretty good. So that feeds the audio and the video, which is nice. But getting back to the headset, buy this headset. Do yourself a favor. You know, if you like Tritton stuff and you haven't been able to afford, you know, the Pros, or even if you have the Astros, these things are just amazing. I mean, there's really nothing too negative about these things. It's just a few minor things, but you know, once you kind of get everything set, you start gaming, you forget about all the bad stuff, and you just have a blast. I recommend these things. You know, the one thing I still wish, I mean, and I'm sure they're going to improve on that too, is the fact that you can't hear yourself talk with these on. They're like a closed back, so when you have them on, like, I'm having a hard time even hearing myself, and there's nothing coming through except for that stupid like digital distortion. Man, I wish you guys could hear this. It would drive me nuts. It's driving me nuts. So I wish my cell phone wasn't ringing halfway through this thing, but it is. And I wish you were able to hear yourself just a little bit, you know, in these when you're talking. So it's, you know, if you're playing games online and that, you're, you know, and there's a lot going on, and you're just trying to communicate with our friend. I mean, I was just playing ODST and we're doing the firefight, and you have to turn the game volume all like way down to be able to hear yourself talk enough to where you're not like screaming. You know, I don't know. To me, I like that feature. You know, it's something, I guess it's preference, but I definitely like it. And you know, sometimes it doesn't even matter, because when you have, you know, when you're cranking up the audio that loud anyways, even that little bit of audio that they feed, like your voice, that they feed back through here, you can't hear anyways. So, but still, you could still hear yourself a little bit, and I wish that the Trittons had it. I don't think any of the Trittons offer that feature as of yet. So I'm hoping, you know, that they left it out of the 720s to put it into their new maybe Pro model. So we'll have to wait and see. But I would definitely say, you know what, don't wait for anything better to come out, because the best is right here in my right hand. Buy these things. You'll like them. That's enough rambling on. As far as the headset, if I forgot anything, it's just been a crazy week for me. I'm moving, and my place is a disaster area, so I might have left like out 50 things I wanted to talk about. If there is anything, just let me know, and I'll see to it that I add it. If there's any more comparisons you guys want me to do, feel free. I'm going to try to get as many as I can in. It is kind of costing me some money, obviously, and I'm not rich by any means, so yeah, as long as the headset isn't, you know, like $500, I should be okay. So yeah, let me know. I'm actually going to play some ODST right now, and for anyone that knows or cares, My gamer tag is SirBiff. It's SIR space BIFF, all caps. And if you guys want to play some games or something, man, look me up. Alright, hopefully this helps somebody, and let me know if there's anything you need me to do, because I am here for you. Later, guys.